Hi there, I'm Timothy Linsdale, video producer and a Christian. I'm also a Parkinson sufferer. I would like to talk to you about one of the drugs that I take and let you know how that's worked for me and any symptoms that I've experienced. This particular drug I take for Parkinson's is called Entacapone or Comtan. Entacapone is the generic name, Comtan is the brand name. Now, my particular situation with Parkinson's, as you can see, is not that evident, except maybe in my awkward moves, in my walking or a little lack of balance. Something that can make up for that's worked for me is exercise, and of course this drug regimen has made a huge difference. My particular situation with Parkinson's started with a slight tremor in my hand that was noticeable, and then eventually I started going to the doctor, what's going on. Slowly started getting worse, and they diagnosed it as Parkinson's. And slowly but surely it got worse and worse. And things that bothered me most were things that created any kind of real stress. Even going into the doctor's office would create more of a tremor. And left side of my body's weakened. Exercise can help that, at least for me. And started out with the what they call the gold standard of Parkinson drugs, which is carbidopa, levodopa, or switch the words around however you want to. The levodopa, if I understand it correctly, is the synthetic drug that is taking the place of the dopamine that you start losing in your brain that causes the Parkinson symptoms. So that's where I am with that part. Something as far as just for interest, I say is a long-term symptom that happens is that you're losing your sense of smell. And if that was with my case, that started years ago for me. And from what I've read, that it can show up that way. And so if that's an issue, it might be. My mother had lost her sense of smell too, but I don't remember her being diagnosed with Parkinson's. But anyway. But my doctor started me on the levodopa. The carbidopa is actually it works with the levodopa to help reduce nausea. That seems to be the major struggle that I've read a lot of people have. It did affect me some, not nausea, but more of a cramping, like an overall cramping intestinally. No problem eating, that type of thing. There were, you can have all kinds of symptoms when you go to your doctor. They're usually going to give you a list. You can look them up on the internet, get you a list of how some people have been bothered, being sleepy or dizzy or tired. Some people suffer with that. I've probably had some of that, but not too bad. My sleeping and nap after lunch is not too uncommon for an older guy like me, 67, or just about. Heck, who doesn't like a nice nap, huh? I did try another particular drug. I'm sorry I don't remember the name of it, but it just, first time I took it, put me to sleep. And I just said, you know what, I don't need that. I'm an active guy and do a lot of things with Boy Scouts and Kiwanis and stuff around the house. I want to be active. That's why exercise is important to me in Parkinson's, and I've read and listened to a lot of things that said that is important. And I am doing exercise episodes to show some exercises that I've learned that you can see in my channel. And by the way, if you would like and comment on my video and subscribe to my channel and support my channel if you would, that'd be great. So back to this Entacapone, kind of an odd word. Not that there aren't more odd words than drug names. But working close with my doctors, what works, varied dosages, varied times of the day, trying to find this right mix. I had tried the levodopa and the other thing that I quit before the Entacapone was prescribed. And I'd seen several doctors, so maybe that'll be your situation too. And one finally says, you need to try this, what they call an extender. As apparently the Entacapone blocks a COMT inhibitor or COMT enzyme, it's COMT, because the enzyme breaks down the levodopa in the body, and the Entacapone allows the levodopa to last longer in the system, and it doesn't wear off before the next dose. And that's what it does. That's how it works. It helps extend the value of the levodopa in your body. So that's important for me, because that's helped me a lot. In fact, it was rather dramatic how well that worked. The levodopa, even though it helped, it didn't stop it. Stop the tremor, which was important, of course, since I do public speaking in groups like the Scouts or Kiwanis, and the tremor, I'm sure, disturbs people. It's unusual, but I don't hide it. I tell them I have Parkinson's, and it's one of the things I have to put up with. And fortunately, people put up with me in that issue. So we started taking the Entacapone. I don't remember in particular side effects that were different or more or less taking the Entacapone. But what I did start to notice, when you get on a regular regimen, I take it with levodopa. You can see a little tremor going here, but pretty good. To take the Entacapone with the carbidopa levodopa together each time you take it. And once you do develop, I should say for me, I developed a tolerance for it, I guess. It didn't bother me much intestinally. And, but then it just cut that tremor way down, if not completely off, which was fantastic. And I started having a few people say, hey, we noticed your tremor is gone at times. And I hadn't even thought about it because they notice it. People outside of me, of course, notice it quickly. And I said, yeah, working with my doctor, gave me this new drug. I don't know, not that it's new, but it was new for me. And it really works. It really works. And that's great. Now, whether it works for you, whether your doctor thinks you should have it or not, they have to make those decisions with blood tests and your condition of your liver and all those things that doctors do to protect you from harm from a particular drug you're taking. But it definitely worked for me. It works for me. And I take it on a regular basis. And I don't seem to really have any more symptoms or side effects than that. The only one is, like I said, is intestinal. Seem to have like overall cramping at times. But eat a good diet. I take prebiotics and probiotics that seem to help. I get exercise. That seems to help. These things vary apparently for everybody that have Parkinson's. And I suspect there's some generalities. That's what the doctors are prescribing. A good drug regimen and exercise. That's what I'm trying to follow. Also, I'm doing some drug episodes and exercise episodes that have been a benefit to me, that might be a benefit to you. And if that's the case, that's terrific. So, wow. But I don't know if I can tell you much else. The Entacapone I take is a 200 milligram. And, you know, if you haven't heard of it, doctor, I don't know. I'm not a health professional, I remember that, okay? I'm doing my, my thing here. That this is my opinion, this is my experience. So, and I work with my doctor on these things, so, you know, you go with what happens, works for you. I'm just telling you how it's been for me, and it's been a terrific change in my experience to have Entacapone. So it's terrific. If they make anything better, fantastic. I'll be there. Again, if you would, like and comment on my video. Subscribe to my channel to support it if you would. That'd be great. If I can be of any help to you, I'd try to provide my experience that might be a benefit to you. So hope it does. But either way, you know what? Just get out there and make it a great day.